Do you find that your report creation time is exceeding the number of working hours that you have in a day? We can help you shorten your reporting process with the handy Rowsets function in Sage Intelligence Reporting. Rowsets can be set up once and used in multiple reports, saving you valuable hours. They are a feature of the layout generator, and we are now going to take you through the setup process. Before we begin, let's get a better understanding of what a rowset actually is. A rowset is a collection of row groupings based on account types and rules, which you define according to your reporting needs. Rowsets give you the ability to create rules based on your account codes, financial category codes, or report writer category codes. Your row groupings, or customized rows, are then reusable across multiple layouts, saving you time in your report creation process. Let's have a look at a predefined rowset to see how it's constructed. Start by running the Financial Report Designer report from the Report Manager. Once the report is run out into Excel, you will notice that the BI Tools tab is available on the menu ribbon to allow you to quickly generate a standard report. Let's open up the Layout Generator. Select the Quick Edit Income Statement Actual versus Budget Report layout from the menu, and you'll see the Report Designer Layout Generator load. Click on Rowsets at the top of the window. When the window opens, you'll see the 6 existing rowsets that come standard with Sage Pastel Intelligence Reporting. From here you can add, edit, rename, copy, and delete a rowset. As your report layout is an income statement, ensure that the Income Statement Account Range rowset is selected, and then click Edit. Now remember what we said a rowset was. A rowset is a collection of row groupings, which each represent an account number or even a range of account numbers. So what you're seeing here is your Income Statement Account Range rowset containing all the row groupings or descriptions, which are associated with an income statement, with the accounts that apply to those descriptions. Notice that I have the sales row highlighted, and that the accounts included in this rule are visible in the preview window below. Click on the back button next to the rowset name and confirm that you want to navigate away from the rowset. The same principles apply when looking at the balance sheet rowset. As you can see, this rowset has a lot more row groupings. At this point, you're ready to set up your own rowset. I will show you how to use both account and financial category code row types. Start by clicking on the Add button and give your rowset a name. Now let's add some income statement row groupings, which you can use in your layout. Add a row description. In this case, we are starting with sales. Then select the row type you wish to use for this example. We will use account. For the rule, include all the sales accounts which are relevant. We want to include all accounts that begin with 10. I also want to add an additional account range, and the great thing is that you can add more than one account number prefix by adding a plus sign. As shown here, my next account range starts with 12. This will include all account numbers that begin with 10 or begin with 12. You can see the accounts that are going to be included in the preview window below. In this case, we have account codes 1 million and 1,200,000. It's important to note that there are a variety of options available when setting up rules. You can use full account numbers, a range of account numbers, for example, from 1 million to 2 million, or the plus sign as above. You can also use account delimiters. To get more information on all the options, please refer to our Sage Intelligence Learning video playlist. Remember to double check that you haven't left out any accounts, then press Enter. Add another row description called Cost of Sales. Then select the row type you wish to use. For this example, let's use account again. For the rule, enter 2000000 to 2699999. This will include all the accounts within that range. In these two examples, we have used account for the row grouping type. So to show you the difference, we thought we would use the financial category code type instead. Add a row description. In this case, we will use expenses. For now, we will leave the type as account, and into the rule field, we will enter 3 plus 4. Importantly, notice the accounts in the preview window below range from 3 million to 4,650,000. Let us now change the row type to financial category code. Because I know the financial category code 105 contains the exact same range of accounts, I can simply use this financial category code instead. So let's go ahead and enter 105 for the rule, and now you will see the exact same range of accounts appear in the preview window. Now add the final row, which is other income. Select the financial category code and enter the rule of 100. If you decide that you don't need a row grouping, simply select the row and then click Clear to remove it. As you can see, the row grouping has gone, but in our case, we do need it. So let's add it back quickly. When adding a new row, select the row that will be positioned below the new grouping. Click the Insert icon, and the new row grouping will be inserted above the selected row. Once you've set up all of your row groupings, click Save, and then click OK. Check it out, your new row set is now available in the list. Let's add it to your report layout. Go back to Layout Design and select the Rows tab. Because we're editing an existing layout, you will notice that your rows area is already populated with the predefined row groupings which are associated with this income statement layout. What we want to do now is use our newly created row set. As you can only have one row set associated with one layout, by adding a new row set, you will automatically be prompted to remove the existing set. Click on the little magnifying glass next to Select Row Set. A message box will confirm that you want to remove the original row set associated with this layout. This is what we want to do, so click OK to continue. Your new row set will display along with the standard row sets. Let's select the new row set. Our row groupings instantly populate the account rows area of the layout generator. And from here, you can click to add them into the rows section on the left. You can also drag the rows into the appropriate positions as you would like to see them in your report layout. You also have the ability to add spacer lines. Drag these into the correct position. We want to include the calculations gross profit and net profit in this income statement, so let's add them. Click on Calculation Rows at the top of the Rows section. If any calculated rows exist, they will be shown. Click on Add Calculation to the right of the Rows section to add a new calculation. A calculator will appear, allowing you to use basic mathematical functions together with the account rows as arguments to create calculated rows. Let's create our first calculated row for gross profit. Gross profit is equal to sales minus cost of sales. So click on Sales to add it as the first argument in the formula. Then click on the minus button, and then select cost of sales as the second argument in the calculation. As you create the formula, you will see the arguments and functions placed in the calculation area of the calculator at the top of the screen. Click on Save and enter a name for this calculation. We will name our calculation Gross Profit and click OK. You will see your gross profit calculated row appear under the calculation rows. That's nice and easy, right? Let's now create the second calculated row of net profit. Click on Add Calculation again. Now remember that net profit is equal to gross profit plus other income minus expenses. So, if you click on Calculation Rows in the calculator, you will see that the gross profit calculated row that we just created is now visible here. Select it to add it as the first argument in your calculation. Then select the plus sign. Now click on Account Rows to show the available row groupings. Then select Other Income, then the minus sign, and then Expenses. Finally, click on Save and enter Net Profit as the name for this calculation. Click OK to continue. Now that we have created the two calculated rows, we need to add them to our layout. Make sure that Calculation Rows is selected and then click on Gross Profit and Net Profit. They will be added to the rows area of the layout generator. In order for our income statement to make the most sense, let's move gross profit below cost of sales. Move your spaces accordingly. Before we can save this layout, we need to select values for our layout options, company code and year. When this is done, click Save Layout, then select the Generate button and watch how our report is created for us in Excel. Once this is complete, you can see your account rows and how they have been grouped by your account rules setup. Remember, this is an income statement layout, so our row groupings relate to an income statement report. We have sales, cost of sales, gross profit, and so on. Let's view the accounts under the financial category code row grouping that we created. Click on the plus sign next to the expenses grouping in the worksheet. Now you can see the accounts of which this financial category code consists. So let's sum up what you've seen in this demonstration. You saw how to create and edit a row set. You then selected your row set in the layout generator so that your row groupings became available for use. Remember that each of these row groupings contain the accounts needed to pull the relevant values through to your generated report. You then added your rows to your report layout in the layout generator and ensured that they were in the correct order. As a final step, you generated your report layout into Microsoft Excel. In the next video in the series, we will walk you through creating a complete layout using the layout generator. Feel free to connect with us on the Sage Intelligence website or the Sage Intelligence community. Just to let you know, we love feedback, so if you found this video useful, please like it and share it on your social media channels.